So we're gonna be talking about some stuff about Sentai for Gojuju and Super Sentai like in general, chat. I have a lot of questions. Rip Sentai. The poor man's hentai. Let's start with like the first one. So I know I said we don't talk about we don't talk about Brew. No. We don't talk about Maya Imamori because we want to like, you know, give like space, right? Ever since like her firing from Toei and her talent agency. Now like Toei just comes out of like the woodwork and says, hey, we got a new replacement for Goju Unicorn. Let me see if I can like find it for y'all, chat, outside of like the after Maya Imamori, Sumino, Goju Unicorn's like acting. I saw that. Yeah, so Goju Toei announced that number 1 Sentai Gojuju Kohaku Shida? Yeah. Kohaku Shido, Goju Unicorn, the new Goju Unicorn. She's going to be appearing from episode 40. And for seasons like Power Rangers Power Rangers, wow. Talking about a dead franchise with a dead franchise. For any like seasoned veterans, the chat mentioned it. Yeah, this is Oni's sister. This is like, you know, best girl of the season, right? I love this girl. She's like crazy, wacky, right? High school girl. Got into like, well, her story is like her manga got, what was it? AI like ripped off or something like that. Oh yeah, that's right. Her story was like she was a manga artist. She was a manga artist and then like some stuff happened, right? Where like her manga was plagiarized and she was like the social pariah of her school. Like she was like the black sheep. No one wanted to like talk to her because she's a plagiarist, which is all like false. Her being Goju Unicorn is like both, you know, positive and negative, right? Positive in the sense that like, oh, they got like a seasoned veteran like toku actor to replace Maya Imamori after like the stuff that was like circulating around her, right? Bad in the sense, or negative in the sense that like this is a saving grace, but this is just like putting a band-aid over Gojuju. Since I have nothing to complain about, I will take it as a negative. Good answer. I like that response. I like that response. It's negative because it's like, yeah, I mean, they had to rapidly like find an actor fast. They had to find an actor fast so that like, oh, what are we gonna do with Super Sentai or Gojuju, right? Because now it's like we have to make so many like reshoots. We have to like change the script. We have to make sure that like whatever happened to Maya Imamori, like Toei's thinking, not mine, and the talent agency too. We have to like oust her ass, right? We have to make sure that she is like unrecognizable. It puts a band-aid on like Gojuju. It puts a band-aid on Super Sentai as it's on its way to dying. And you want to know how it's like dying? Yeah, let's go pull up Gojuju again, right? On Twitter, on social media. Because every year for Super Sentai before the new season like hits, yeah, we were all speculating that like, oh, what's gonna be the 51st season of Super Sentai? You know, is it gonna be like a rebranding as we all like, you know, panned out like in our heads? No, we just got actual confirmation that it's like, nah, fuck that. A trademark agency in Japan that we always like rely to. This is like some other like post taken the picture from. Super Sentai is not gonna be Super Sentai anymore. It's dead. You wanna know what's replacing it? Super Space Sheriff Gavan. Bro, I don't even know Gavan. I remembered them from like crossover movies and Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, but Gavan is just literally like let me look at like Gavan. This is Gavan. Like lackluster fucks that, yeah, they're hidden like Daft Punk characters. Like look at these Look at these ugly fucking bitches, bro. Look at these fucking Japanese Daft Punk wannabes. You know? Their costumes are lame. Their mechs are... I like their goofy helmet I like the goofy helmet fucks. Their costumes are lame, in my honest opinion. You can like them, but like, no. They are a really like rare, obscure series of tokusatsu. Their mechs are like literally spaceships in comparison to Super Sentai. Okay, you're gonna bring back Metal Heroes. Alright. Guess this is like, okay, so we gotta make a funeral stream for Super Sentai, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. I would like it. I'll definitely like give it a shot. I shouldn't like hate on it that much. I'm just like ragging on it because it's like it's replacing Super Sentai. There are only like 3 seasons. 3 seasons of Gavan. There's one in Showa, there's one in Heisei, and then there's one in potentially one in Reiwa. Kamen Rider and Ultraman have been popping off like in the West, right? So of course Kamen Rider is doing absolutely good, but can't say the same for like Sentai, considering their plummeting sales in merch products and their like divestment. They're trying to like, not like, you know, DEI like diversify, but they're trying to like branch away from traditional norms and ideas from not just like Power Rangers, but in Super Sentai as a whole. And that still is not like good enough. Like, I don't know, man. I'll probably like watch it just to like, you know, see how Gavan like plays in the Reiwa era. Like if it can make like a, you know, cool impact, but still it's like you're trying to like take over the spot for Sentai, which has been predominantly for like 50 fucking years. Yeah, it could be like a Raiden Metal Gear like situation, right? Where nobody liked Raiden when he like came out, but he was sort of cool and eventually like build up to like Metal Gear Rising Revengeance when that like came out, and everybody loved Raiden. Everybody loved that game and everybody loved Raiden though. Well, let's see what happens, you know? Super Space Sheriff Gavan. Some people picked apart this where they said like, oh, keep the Super Sentai, but picked off like letters SENTY, Super Senti, to be called like Super Sentai as part of like the rumors circulating around for like Universe Warriors or some shit like that. Shakeups in like Sentai, Goju Unicorn, and then Space Sheriff Gavan, right? Just, it's a weird timeline to be Super Sentai. It's a weird timeline to be a Sentai fan. It's going through the phases. Yeah, like literally Sentai is going through the phases of like a dying out like Power Rangers, you know? Where like Power Rangers is like, you know, it had like a big explosive like start and it was trying to like stay afloat, but now it's like Hasbro is like completely like delisting the franchise, and it's like, yeah, just no more stuff for Power Rangers anymore. Whatever we got for Cosmic Fury was like the last one. And now it's like Super Sentai, we were like so hardened and believed that like Super Sentai is gonna like last forever. It's gonna go on for another 100 years. But then, you know, some changes in the wind of like dying like merch sales and shifting away from the classic, you know, philosophies of Super Sentai with the more like recent seasons. And of course with like some scandals here and there for like, you know, Super Sentai. Thinking that like, yeah, Sentai is gonna be like, you know, done. Probably should change my plans to be like an Ultraman commentator, you know. Ultraman, Gavan. I would like to see like some other like Toku inspirations, you know? Like maybe like this one, chat. Which one was it? What was like the Tatsunoko Sentai? Tatsunoko Sentai team. It was like Science Ninja Sentai. is what it's called. Yeah, it was all like the dudes from Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Yeah, this was like literally like Science Ninja Team Gatchaman. That's what it's called. Yeah, I remember them from TVC. Like these are legit Toku material. Like Gatchaman are like, it's a 5-team squadron and they're based on like birds or some shit, you know, like Ken the Eagle, the bitch with the red, white, and blue, June the Swan, you know, and Joe like the Condor, Joe Condor. And then you got a scrawny fuck that's like an owl, or maybe the fat ass is like an owl or some shit, you know? But Tatsunoko definitely has like Toku elements in there, right? And it came out with like a TVC like fighting game though. Like Tatsunoko versus Capcom. This was once again my shit. Like Gatchaman, what was it? Goal Lighting, Karas, Tekkaman is also really cool. Cashard, Ipatsu Man. All of these are like, you know, Toku related like characters, right? Why not just bring those back, Japan? I think like the only problem with like, you know, this line of like argument, okay, well, A, they have to be owned by Toei. There has to be like a business acquisition for like Toei to like claim up these titles. And B, right, kind of like with a Gavan situation, like Gavan was only like 3 like seasons. Who's gonna remember Gavan? Who's gonna remember these like weirdos and assholes, right? Like you could definitely like use those, but again, it's kind of like, in my opinion, similar to like a Gavan situation. Who remembers Gavan? People will look at Gavan and be like, oh, that's just Kamen Rider. Why does he look so plain though? You know?